So now that we understand that it was necessary in the building of our character, that God shows us everyone around us and what position they played and what versus the positions that we thought they played. This is part 2 of the video. God wants you to know that it was necessary. And so what he is moving us into now that we know that it's necessary, we need to understand that every trial and every situation is a part of the build and the makeup of setting us up for our character and building our character, and also setting us up for our calling. A lot of us who are experiencing the hardship, the loss of tangible things, homes, cars, even family members, it just feel like you're losing all the way around you. What we have to understand, especially in this walk in life, that this thing is spiritual. This is a spiritual battle that we are fighting. And even in the Lord, in the good things, we have to understand that in order for us to get anything new, any new friends, any new promotions, any new places to live, any new insight on anything, we have to let go of something that we once believed was true, or that we once believed was for us. So that's why I felt the need to make a part 2 to this video, because we can't stay stuck, on what we needed to know that was necessary in that previous season. Like I said, we're getting ready to roll into 2025, so now we got to move over so that we can continue to elevate, because the tactic of the enemy is to keep us stuck on what we found out before. So now that we see, it's kind of like being in a football game, and I don't really know football too well, but I'm gonna try to make an analogy out of this. Is when they look down the field and they see their opponent, it's like, okay, I picked up on you, so I know how to move this. You moving this way, so I'm gonna move that way. So that's necessary. That's how we have to look at life. God gives us previews on how people are moving so that we can gain that knowledge and gain that understanding. Like, okay, you moving left, I'm gonna move right. I'm gonna move right on out your way. You know what I'm saying? The negative people, the so-called friends, and what I'm learning as a Christian and on this walk. You just have to take everything at face value. You have to take everything for what it is. And if you don't have an understanding, if you're like, well, I don't know, this kind of feel like this is good and it kind of feel like it's bad, that's when you need to pray and ask God to decrease your discernment. There are so many of us walking out here in the flesh, and we think it is what it is, when really this is a spiritual thing. A lot of these people know that they're being used. They're here on a specific assignment to come and kill, steal, and destroy. And then you got people who are operating under whatever demonic spirit that they're under. They don't know. They just know that they see you with something, they see you getting ready to come into something, and they were an open vessel for the enemy to come in to try to attack you. When I say this is real and it's coming out of love, like there's gonna be people that you came up with that felt, oh, this my A1 since day one. And when God get ready to take you into this new season, he's going to show you the hearts of these people. And when you are in line and when you're intact with God, don't for one second second guess what he's showing you. A lot of times I think we try to make discernment out of I need a billboard sign to see the lights. No, God gave us feelings for a reason. Even I know a lot of men say, oh, women are more emotional. Y'all have feelings too. Men have feelings too. You can feel when something is not right. That's where your protector vibe comes in. As a woman, we naturally can sense something is not right about her. Something is not right about him. Or even whatever it is, God has already equipped you in. What we need to do in this next season, and that's why I felt like it was necessary to create a part 2, is get ready for the setup that we're getting ready to move into a new season and continue to move and increase our wisdom and discernment in the Lord, okay? So I would challenge you to, now that you know, I don't know if you did on the last video, took an inventory of the people in your life who are around you, who are feeding you, you know, who are telling you, hey, XYZ, you need to be checking everything with everybody. You know, this is something that we cannot take lightly out here, because we can miss it just like that. We can miss the blessing just like that. We can miss the job just like that. And another thing the Spirit is bringing up is stop consulting in everybody about everything that you have going on. If you finna get a little job, or you finna go for an interview, be quiet until you go to that interview. That way, if you don't get the job, you're not setting yourself up for disappointment because you told everybody, I'm finna go XYZ to this job, and you don't know if these people are praying for your downfall. I've heard people say that, oh, they asked you to come do an interview, oh, they must really need people. Why it's got to be based on the fact that they really need people versus me being qualified to do the job that they're wanting me to do? Even when I got ready to start in this lane of being a women's faith coach, you know, when you step into a new identity, and when you step into who God is calling you to be, there are going to be people who were comfortable with who you used to be. I literally had someone come and tell me, I liked when you did hair. I liked you better when you did this. My calling is not contingent upon what you like about me. And you know, had I not been in my walk so strong with God in my relationship, I would have played off that. I would have let that get in my spirit, and I would have still been doing hair, something that I'm not called to do anymore. So it is that serious out there. You really have to take those subtle comments. You really have to take those subtle looks. You really have to take those subtle feelings that you have and place them before the Lord and say, Lord, what am I dealing with in this season? Even though it's painful, you have to keep pressing through, because a lot of us abort the mission because it's painful. Because, okay, now that I know that these people are for me, you got to allow yourself to feel. You got to allow yourself to go through the process of losing a car, losing a job, losing the friends, losing whatever is lost. And now you got to say, you know what? Okay, I lost these things, and now I'm open up for something new. You know, the pain, I'm working through the pain. I'm still going to get up. I'm still going to show up. I'm still going to do what's necessary for me to do, because I'm working for the Lord. I'm on assignment for the Lord, you know. So the enemy's job is to come in and play tricks on you. And you know what? This is too painful. I can't go up in here. I can't do this. The enemy plays on our mental, you know, like being lazy. I talked about being lazy. And that's the tactic. It's like, you know what? He wants to play on your mental so you could be lazy. Like, you know what? I'm not feeling it today. I'm just not, I don't want to go. You know, I'm going to just lay down I'm going to lay down 10 more minutes. That's the spirit of laziness and procrastination. And just that quick, you can miss out on the things that God has for you, because you let that feeling of laziness come in, or that feeling of sadness and depression creep in so much that you can't even get up and go get yourself together for the day. And I'm not downing people, because I was once in that state before, where I deal with mental issues. And what I did was I seek the Lord. I stayed in prayer, and I still do. And I talked to a counselor. I went and got some help, because I understood that my assignment is much bigger than how I'm feeling. And if I don't get out of how I feel, the enemy is going to trick me out of my spot. And I also made a video talking about woe is me. Like, you know, we'll put ourselves and let the enemy trick us in these positions, and then we'll holler, woe is me. When God equips us with everything that we need, he puts the people there. We just got to get up and do what we need to do. So I know this video kind of bounced around, but it was, like I said, a part 2 of, it was, bottom line, it was necessary, and God wanted you to know. But now that you know, we're moving into a new season. So it's time to start mentally equipping, spiritually equipping. And, you know, just be mindful that of the wolves that come in sheep's clothing. They come in, oh, I love you. Oh, I love everything that you're doing. Congratulations, you know. Be mindful of those monitoring spirits, you know. Everybody, you have to look at everybody as, it's like a job. You know, a job, like, I don't know if y'all have ever worked for Amazon. Amazon will hire you up front, but it's only contingent it's only guaranteed that you're going to be staying employee here until we get your background check, until we get your drug test. If we get your background check and we get your drug test and it don't pan out to what our standards is or what the requirements is to work at Amazon, then you gotta go. You can't stay here, you know? So that's how we need to treat people in our lives. If we can't see them right up front before they come to us on the forefront, they can hold a little bit of space, but that's only contingent of what you show me here in the next few days or the next few months or in this season. And sometimes we need to be quicker than that. We need to be able to discern these spirits quicker than that, okay? So I just wanted to come and leave you with that, you know, on part 2. It might be even a part 3. Who knows? The Lord just told me to come and do a part 2 of this video so we can know how to move into our next seasons of elevation. It's about elevating in the spirit. It's about elevating in the natural. I used to be like, well, Lord, why am I going through this? And I had to take an inventory of what I was allowing to happen in my life. And no more can I allow these things to happen. No more can I hold space for things and people in places that no longer serve where I'm going. So I hope this video helped you guys out. Let me know in the comments if you want a part 3. Thank you guys so much, everybody who's been subscribing. My channel has really been growing, and just like I spoke about on TikTok and other platforms, I'm getting ready to start focusing more on my YouTube channel so that I can teach a little bit more and expand my teachings and stuff like that, and build the interaction for 2025 and really get in the line of God's people who I'm meant to serve. And you know, and you know, whatever God has for me in this season, I'm open for it. But I hope you have an amazing day, and I will catch you guys next time. Mwah.